I am Miss Poupolo, and I'm one of the mental health support specialists. I'm in the admin hallway just down from the school counselors, and this is my 5th year here at Albemarle High School.
And I am Mr. Winfrey. I am also in the admin office, 99G. Come see me. This is my first year at Albemarle.
We're neighbors, so if you find him, you can find me. So a lot of times you see a change in behavior, you see a change in mood. So that might include things like they lose interest or enjoyment in the things that they used to find joyful. They might begin to pull away from the people around them, either their family or their friends. You might hear that like they begin to kind of speak differently. You know, they start to talk about how like there's not much hope in their life, and that kind of language. And at a more extreme level, sometimes they might even begin to give away things that they value and have some like almost parting words about that.
Yeah, so I think one of the things that we always encourage is to speak up. If you see something, say something. That's important, so that if that individual is having a tough time, or even if they're not, there's an adult that can check in and make sure that they're getting the support that they need throughout the different domains of their life, whether it be community, whether it be educational, or whether it just be at home. We're here to make sure that that support is rendered so that that individual can get the guidance that they need.
And teens can do a lot, but unfortunately they can't do everything, and so that's why we really do encourage to reach out to someone. A lot of times we hear from people, oh, I didn't want my friend to be mad at me, or I thought I could handle that on my own, but we really encourage that seeking that trusted adult is an important piece of it. So there is a resource called Help Me. If you really were completely at a loss, you didn't have that adult that you felt like you could turn to, or you were worried about it being linked back to you, you can, it's on the Albemarle website, and it's a big sign. It's purple and it looks like 2 hands that says Help Me. That resource is available for those concerns around safety and people harming themselves. There's also other resources on there, so it might say, you know, does somebody need help with something like housing or food? So don't get discouraged if you're like, this isn't what I came here for. But that is a resource to turn to, even in those other circumstances too, if you need something material. I would also say the network of teachers here is fantastic. Even if you're like, wow, I don't know those mental health support specialists, they can get you in touch with us. Also, there are lots of great teens that know more stuff. So there's a mental health support club that if you're interested in mental health as just more awareness around it and how to help out, that's another great resource. I think about the trainings that I've had around suicide prevention, and one thing that people stop themselves from bringing it up with someone that they're concerned about, because there's this mentality around what if my asking about it places that suggestion inside of them. Research says that that is not the case. Most people who've been interviewed after the fact, they say, I actually really appreciate that someone was willing to broach that subject, because it was so scary to even say it out loud. It helped that someone said it first.
Mental health is a very unique thing, and I would suggest that oftentimes you may not be aware of others' experiences and how they may have went down the path that you're going through. And so I always opt in to share that experience with others because they may have valuable input, or they may have experienced something that you're currently going through. I always use the metaphor of, if I were to lift a car by myself, it'd be extremely heavy, right? Although I may be able to move it some, I won't be able to move it much. But if 6 of us were to get together and share that load, it would be a much easier task. Doesn't mean it won't be hard, but it will still be an easier task. Well, when you think of sharing your really tough experiences with others, including adults, sometimes they're able to help lift some of that weight off of you and carry that burden. Oftentimes, if you think of the movie Guardians of the Galaxy, they shared that stone together, and instead of that one person taking on all of that might, they shared it with each other and were able to accomplish a task. So that's what I would encourage you to do, is don't think of it as a selfishness. Think of it as a divided task to split amongst each other.
And I think another piece that we're hoping as mental health professionals, we want to begin to change the stigma around mental health, because so often it's like, well, if I bring this forward, then people will worry about me. And that physical health is often seen differently. If you broke your leg, you wouldn't be like, I can't tell anybody about this. They'll be mad at me, or they'll worry about me. That we hope that people would come forward, just like if you sprained your ankle or broke your leg, then you would speak up about it. That we hope that that's something that the future will hold, that people can speak up if they're in pain.
I encourage people to think of mental health as community. Because when you come to a mental health person, you're sharing that with an individual that you are expecting to trust with that information, and that's how you get your challenge rectified. Is you're sharing it with someone else. So that's exactly what mental health is. It's a community.
I love that. All right, well.